Well, hey everyone, welcome to Treehouse Meeting 27. All right, so we have Alex here today to talk about a new service offering. Is that right, Alex? So I'll just hand it straight over to you.
Hey guys, nice seeing you. Okay, can you see my screen, guys? Well, it's nice seeing you all. Haven't done this for a while. So in today's presentation, I'm going to give you a team update on our team and what's happening with the team in these days. And we're going to talk a little about our current sprint, the new page, our core page on the website, the new service, and we're going to have Q&A. So this is our latest photo that we did at the office, and I think it was in January. And there was an article they were writing for us about Treepl, about our story that was that had to go out in February, end of February, but it has been rescheduled until more peaceful times. So the team everybody's alive. And we still have Julia on the occupied territory, and we spoke with her today, and she's trying to get out and get to Europe, and all of our hopes and prayers for her to get out. So we still have 5 employees left Ukraine, but the rest remain in safe places in central and western Ukraine. And we have several people together, and we coordinate them and provide everything that they need. So they've been working more in this past month than they did before the war. This we found it very distracting to work on the platform, continue work on the platform. Also, we have we've been a part of this IT community, and Ukraine has been very supportive. The government has been very supportive of IT businesses and startups. So we enrolled in this program that would allow us to get people outside of the country in the safe to neighbor countries. So we are working right now to get everyone out of the country until the more peaceful times. I must mention that most help that we got for people that were able to leave were people from Adobe, from the BC team. So Victoria, she's one of our support managers. She was given an apartment for her family by one of the BC team members, and another BC team member have been helping our team members in Romania big time. So we're really thankful to them. In general, we have lost 3 days of downtime, like full days, while we were relocating. So we started in 23rd, as some of you remember. And we finished on 24th, so we were still able. Not everyone was able to leave on 24th, but vast majority was. So this is a small update on our team, and we also have a Starlink unit now, and we kind of got a little technological upgrade thanks to these events. Are there any questions on this most sensitive part of the presentation? Good. Okay, let's move forward.
Sorry, Alex?
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
As many of your team having to fight and defend?
No, not a single member of our team has been mobilized.
Mm.
and there are no obligations to be mobilized. And
Okay.
we really have high hopes and good promises from the government about this program for IT startups and IT companies to give a wave and basically let us out of the country, let everyone out of the country. Uh, and the government cares about the taxpayers. So basically, they're doing smart things. So we're humbly waiting, meanwhile being in the safe places, and so it's
Yeah.
been.
It's amazing what we see on the news. It just does not look like there's an economy working there and that there is a working population. It doesn't appear that way.
Well, it is that way. So the supermarkets even in our city are working. Even the dollar rate hasn't like it's been risen like 5% is the most, and part of it is thanks to the economical help from other countries. So I would say that they are handling they're handling the economy, the government handling pretty good. I'm still using my Ukrainian credit card in my accounts in US while being in US for groceries and all the stuff. I can withdraw money, no problem. So, and tomorrow they're opening cinemas and entertainment facilities.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Our people are quite quite unique. We have that.
Are they in small towns or large main cities?
I would say, I know one person is in a large city in Western town, in Western city in West Ukraine. The others are, I think we have four locations where some employees are together. We have like 3 employees and their families, and they're live in one big house with a
Yeah.
Starlink unit.
I think if I speak for everyone, I think we're all probably a bit speechless, to be honest, and it's hard to know what to say to support, because there's probably lots of questions, and it's pretty amazing, really, what you're all having to endure, and you're doing an amazing job that you're running the business. You only lost 3 days. That just astounds me. So, from everyone, well done, and yeah, you're a pretty incredible bunch of people.
Yeah, thank you. And I had a note from Violetta to everyone that you guys shouldn't be hesitant to send us the support tickets. We have more work. How I, I know it sounds weird, but we have more time for work now than anything else. So
Great.
basically, yeah,
Yeah,
we're not home. We don't have like usual entertainment things, so we have more spare times. We have logged more hours like in March than any regular month, just because that's you either work or read the news. Reading the news doesn't is not that entertaining.
yeah,
Luckily, we have a lot of job, a lot of work. So
yeah. Oh, that's good news. That's great to hear.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I have a, uh, I had planned the vacation and the trip to US in the summer. So and meetings and so on. So I making all that now earlier. So that's a little positive note as well for the business and for the family. So yeah, that's how it is with the team, and we really hope for the. We got really stronger through all this, and now we're probably the only platform in the world that keeps it going through. We thought the BCOL was the worst thing that's gonna happen. This one is a little tougher, but I'm proud how the team is going through this. So and we're full of hope.
Yeah, they need it. It's a really, really, really interesting how it strengthened you, and you're probably talking to the US investors a bit more, or you're seeing them face to face. Is that?
We're gonna meet them in 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks. Yeah. We have this one investor we're gonna meet, but there's nothing changed for them and for us. Luckily, all sites are there, all subscriptions are there. Business wise, we. Oh, by the way, our office manager, she's not in this picture. She has visited our office yesterday, and it's completely saved. There's nothing, everything is in place.
Wow.
So we even have the alarm working. So it's all in place. So for us, it was more like a logistical stress and emotional stress. Business-wise, everything has remained.
Well, we'll see how we can help you how we can, Alex.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Oh, and thank you. I think Adam did the email blast with my Facebook post, and a lot of you sent donations. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate that. We put some money on hold in case if there's an emergency. So we had our own emergency fund. So we're helping with the team that we used it to help the team to relocate and things like so on. But we've been your help was very appreciated. Thank you for joining and without us even asking, joining us and helping us to get through this. Any other questions on this note, on this subject? Okay, let's do some fun stuff. So if we go to our website, you probably noticed, I hope you got the notifications and you did your revotes. It's all about the votes. This sprint was these are the committed items, and we're trying to add several more that you had votes. So this one should make you pretty happy. It's probably the biggest vote-friendly update that we've been working on. So, and we're really excited for that. And and we hope to finish public API with the next 2 sprints, so by the end of the summer. So this one is like a constant task that we're working on. Next we have our course. So this is something we have highlighted to show to some of you guys. So basically we have a new page now on our website where we basically announce our values and our promises that you probably all know since the beginning. So we just have them on paper now, so you can take a look as well. And new service. So this is the first new major functionality after Business Catalyst end of life. Doesn't have to do anything with the BC. So it was born, initiated from the ground up. It was from the research to execution inside the team. It started in November. I think November. Yes. And there's another one we're working on behind the scenes, and we hope to present that soon as well. And this is one of those things that we want to be defined by in the market as a standalone platform in the open market. So this is the very first one. We're really proud of it, and we'd love to hear your feedback. So enterprise hosting. Let me give you a little intro and market research. What is it? How does it work? And what's the market about it? Before I continue, on the BC, I'll explain how it worked on BC, some of the insights that I heard from the team. Treepl, as vast majority of SaaS platforms is on shared hosting. So basically, you have the server, you have multiple websites, and they all share this one server, and it's one site is less busy, the other one is more busy. So when we define which the number of sites by the plans, the plans of sites, and we define how many sites we would have, the complexity of sites, how many sites we would have on the server. So this is basically like the standard shared hosting model. And with BC, with BC, how it was, sometimes people would build a big websites and send thousands and thousands of tens of thousands of users to the website, and it would affect other websites. So what they did was they would contact, and some platforms do, they would contact the customer and ask them to either upgrade to a more enterprise level option if they have one, or to change the platform. We do have lockers on our with Treepl, so each site has a locker, so it will get to the performance level where it won't go after the performance level that would affect other websites on the data center. So, but you may this will result in the performance of the website. So we've been trying to research how other platforms, both software as a service platforms, our competitors, and even hosting solutions, how they handle this, what do they offer, how much does it cost, and what are the challenges for the regular agency like you are. So for our potential buyer and for partners, for our partners as well, for our resellers. So we have contacted we actually went into disguise. We have partnered with one of our resellers. I see a question there, I think, yeah. We have partnered with one of our resellers. They have provided us with their corporate account, and one of our employees just went ahead and started to set up calls, schedule calls, and make live presentations to get the insights from with these four companies. These are WP Engine, Shopify, Webflow are software as a service platforms, and Pagely is a hosted solution for WordPress. So basically, it's more like a hosting company. And we have also researched 3 others, but I didn't put them on the list because they basically do the same thing. So we have contacted them, and with a request, how do we host a website for a company that runs ads on a nationwide TV station in the US? And we had a real example with some requirements. So we were looking for configuration, if they provide any or not, and we were looking for capabilities of each platform, and a quote. So the results were, first of all, it was very long, time-consuming, nerve-consuming process. That's actually surprised us a lot. So first thing that we noticed, that SaaS platforms don't have public pricing available. So it's all, you have to go through the interview where you get interrogated by salespeople, and the questions you've been asked is like, basically, in a lot of times would basically target your financial capabilities. So, and they would sell you. There will like be 4 or 5 people on the call, and it's been very stressful and very very weird experience. And the results that we got were blurry and very heavy technically wise. So these are a couple of the screenshots from. We have Mary, who did the Where's the Spy, and she did presentation for each of the solutions. She had 7 total. This is just some of the screenshots of the offers that we've got. So I'm not gonna go into details, but it was heavy for me. So I was very surprised by how complex this was, and like this one was beautiful. I closed this right away. I just took a look like you did, and I just skipped it. And this one, yeah, this is the page. This is for hosted WordPress. So, and this is why I want to stop, because Pagely is using Amazon Web Services capabilities the same as we do for Treepl, but they have different needs. They host WordPress sites for enterprise needs, and so let's take a case with Pagely, and it's high availability hosting and with a certain TV ad use case. So let me see if I have it. Yes, so I have it here. So they have this pre-configured plan with load balanced pair. Their web farms. It's very complex, but let me simplify it for you. So when you have a high traffic especially from different countries, and it is convenient to set up a load balanced pair or web farm of service, meaning that you have one website, a copy of a website on different servers, and you have a load balancer that distributes evenly the traffic to those servers. And basically, if one is overloaded, you have another one that picks up. So it helps to even the traffic and the performance, rather than having just one, which is not as stable. So if it's gone, you'd have the entire site would be gone. So and it's a good solution for websites that have high traffic, so constant high traffic. So our question was, okay, how about a business that wants to run a one TV ad, just one TV ad on the nationwide TV? So in our response for from all of them was, you have to make at least 1 month commitment, and you have to run all those servers. If it's a load balance pair, they have to run either you use it or not, which doesn't sound convenient, and there's also setup plan and so on. So that was very interesting factor that we noticed with this particular case. And there are maybe many cases for small businesses where they don't need constant traffic. So we've seen a lot of when we summarize everything, we saw a lot of opportunities for Treepl, considering the fact the version 6, our current architecture, and the fact that we're using AWS. So we saw opportunities to there is a need for transparent and competitive pricing, a solution that has a transparent competitive pricing. All this process, have to get salespeople, and so this is very time consuming, and it's very blurry. Second, the scalability and flexibility. So rather than have everything, a monster that you pay for that handles one ad, and the guy who runs 100 ads, he pays the same thing. Performance. So one of the things that we were requesting, and what a potential customer of ours would request, is how much traffic, how much concurrent visitors the site would handle, and it heavily depends on the website itself. And we didn't find anyone who would suggest the performance optimization of the website. So the website is your thing, you handle that. And fourth would be, the opportunity was the easy start for small businesses. So basically, for us, it means that you can provide an easy start to your customers. So it's easy start for tools for resellers. So we created this thing. It's called dedicated servers, and it's already here. We don't have to promise anything. I'm just going to show you how it works on the existing website. So there's a website that's been running. It has a political feel to it, but we're not going to discuss that. So they run ads on Fox News and in the prime time, and they have a certain schedule. They buy this expensive windows in between the interviews and so on. So, and they have right now they have a spring break, but they were very busy in December and Black Friday and so on, because they sell subscriptions, they sell products. So, and sometimes in their case, their schedule that the network provides is tend to change, or some depend, because it's the news, the events are changing, so the potential audience is changing as well. So they really need something flexible. So this is how we have it working for them. This is their live website, and we're really thankful they allowed us to show how it works. First of all, this is the thing that we never seen in any of our competitors. We have integrated servers monitoring right inside the admin. So you can see this is the dedicated server where this website is running, and you can see live load on the server. Second thing, we have one server that runs 24/7. It's called base server, and we have an extra server that this client has scheduled to work only during the time where he potentially will have ads, or has ads scheduled with the network. So this particular client, they work only with United States. So if they were to go if we just do a paired balanced, load balanced pair of servers, they would pay us for the server, even for the time that would, even during the nighttime. Although, there would be no visitations, so they would, and we would pay to AWS. So basically, only Amazon Web Services would benefit from that, but and the client would basically always know and always that he overpays for this at least the nighttime. So we have this extra server for that he can schedule, and we have this calendar here where you can add. So like, for example, for today, he is scheduled for this server to turn on 6 a.m. For 15 hours. And if we make it 24 hours, as you can see, it's been down. So it's so the client didn't pay for this time. He only pays for the time where he has potential spikes. Now, these guys they're gonna downgrade starting April 1st, and that's why these percentages are a little. So it's overkill. The setup that they have right now is an overkill. So they really used less than 4% for the base server, and it's 16 cores, this one, and this one is 48. So it's not something that they really need. We did, when we analyzed that, we saw that we a little bit overperformed on the platform performance. It behaves really, really great. So the way it handles the traffic and how much resources that needs from the server. But it's a good thing for our community. So it performs. If you would compare it to WordPress, for example, it would just kill it. And so when this schedule ends, you would get this status offline, and you will have the timer countdown that says that this server launches in this particular time. And also you can create these. It's today. Yeah, you can create new time slots with the 3 hours increment. So if you have an event like email blast, you just set it and for 3 hours and 1 hour before the email blast or 30 minutes. And so it to distribute the load as an example. Okay, we have it. And we have, you can delete it. I'm not going to delete anything, and you can edit this. So how are we going to price this? That's a good question. Thanks for asking. Let me see if there are any questions. So how are we going to price this? Yeah. So this is the pricing that we got from those companies, and for our request, and that's what we used to to design our pricing. So and this is how we did it. You can see my screen, right? So we created this page. It's currently closed. We don't. So we will, when we announce this, this currently in beta. So when we announce it, we will send everyone to this page. So basically, you choose the base server that's going to run your website's going to always run on, and you create one extra server, or you can create as many as you want. And you create the configuration for your extra server that you want to operate during the times when you need it. So you and you'll be able to buy operation hours, like some of you did in the prepaid hours with the Treepl services. So you basically buy these hours, and you can use them inside your you can use them inside your dashboards. So you would have this prepaid balance shown right here. We also have resellers would have a link, buy more hours, right in here. They already have it. I'm not logged in as a reseller, but your clients won't have that link. So yeah, and or you can also have create like have it run 24/7 as well. And you can also choose extra storage, dedicated RDS. This is something that the IT departments of bigger clients would request. And the site optimization package. This is something that you can request from Treepl services from our team. So we basically would look at your website and analyze its performance, its implementation, the images and everything, and just give you a quote on how much it's going to cost to make it as light as possible by our team. So you wouldn't. So you could select the minimum configuration for your enterprise website. And there's one setup fee, $99. And so base server you would have for monthly, but the extra server you could buy hours when you need them. So the more we have this table for you to better understand the pricing structure. So this is the configuration, this is your base server, and these are the packages. So we don't have these packages available for the smallest configuration because there's no need for that. There's only load balance pair is only convenient. And these are the packages for, it starts $39. And comparing to the pricing that our competition offers, this is very competitive. There's a lot of room for commissions. and markups. And this is pretty much it. Yeah. Ready for your questions. Are there any?
Yeah, Alex. So you mentioned basically on like shared hosting environment and moving to that dedicated server. Just with the base server, how much more like performance wise would just that base server give you as opposed to being on the shared infrastructure?
Well, we don't know. It depends on the site. Because basically the dedicated server is it's like a little DC, so we basically in our data center we have several servers, so we would have this separate one there. So it would definitely see the upgrade, but it depends on the website. Like usually what we would do if we see the website has spikes and it reaches its quota, we would contact the partner, the reseller, and tell them, hey guys, you have to consider, we've seen this spike and it seems like you had some ad running or something and you're really pushing the website to the limit and you should charge your client more. You should switch to this more reliable solution, because that's, you when the website's stuck during the TV ad, you're losing sales big time. So there are, that's good that you mentioned. There are these K6. I think it's K6 load testing. I would suggest, yes, code. Let me share my screen. This is what we used. It's expensive, but this is something your customer would have to pay. So this is basically the load balancing software. Not load balancing, I'm sorry, stress testing software, that a load testing software. So basically you would send a certain amount of users to the site and see how your site performs during that spike. And the beauty of our solution is that you can see these spikes. Like you see, this was the ad and it was right here. So you can see, you can evaluate the potential of the configuration that you have, and plan your future configurations. That's something that we didn't find any solution to offer. Usually they would give reports to the monitoring that they see on their side, like the admins would see on their side, but there's nothing available for the user, and especially for the site owner, we haven't seen anything like that. So our customers like blown away by this. They're like, for them, this is so much control. They also asked for this button so they can refresh and see it in the live time. I think the increment is 30 seconds. Yeah, it's 30 seconds. Yeah, load testing. So this would be the thing. What's the other question? Oh, there was also, we had FAQ. We have it for 1 month. For now, you can have it for 1 month, especially for people to try it, who want to try it. We may move to a 3 months commitment, but we'll see in the future. And some people may request to run this on the several websites for one client, especially for security reasons, because they have dedicated IP for their servers. So these are the government clients would want that. So we would consider, if it's like one website or several websites of a client, we would consider that option. There are technical things. Like right now we have, for this setup, if we have several servers, we have the same FTP, the same admin, everything. It's just one FTP, one admin, but the copies of the website, there are copies of the website created on this separate servers. There's some stuff into, the team did a lot of work to make this work, with FTP especially. Also, Cloudflare, we highly recommend Cloudflare. So, and in general. And we have we created a separate custom integration with Cloudflare for the service, and the load balancing is actually performed on the Cloudflare side. So if you don't use Cloudflare, we have our own load balancing using AWS tools, but we also utilize Cloudflare if you want to use your Cloudflare account.
Alex, do I see the dashboard there? Is that what the customers, our clients, would see, or do we have a granular control of what they would see, or is that just the open admin view?
One sec. Can you repeat the question, please? I'm sorry.
Oh, the dashboard that you presented there is that our client's view, and do we have the admin control to be able to turn on and off, or control what? Yes.
This is a live website. Yeah, this website right here.
So that would be our client's view and control as well. They can control it as well.
Yeah, they can control the schedule and everything. Like I'll give you a good use case. The client has communicates with the network, and they have a big political event or something, and they completely change the schedule, and they need to remove ad for instead of tomorrow. They want to do it in 2 days. So in this case, they just remove this event, save their hours that they have scheduled for tomorrow, and they create a new event in three days, and they don't pay for tomorrow's extra server operation. They pay only for what they use. And the thing is that the beauty of this is 90% when site runs without the ad, it needs like 10%, 5% of resources when it runs with the ad. So when we create the extra server and set up this pair for you, we basically load balance like up to 90% or 95%, depending on your setup, of all the traffic to this extra server. So then it turns off when the schedule is off.
This might be redundant, or might not be might be a stupid question, but actually, when these are they enabled on at the data center where the site is hosted? Is that how that works? It's based on the data, or is it specific to certain data centers that this is
That's
available?
That's a good question. On? You can actually request the data center you want it to be hosted on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Technically, we can. I'm not going to promise, but we can even. We're able to provide any data center that's listed in the AWS list in AWS.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. That was. Yeah.
And you can have as many extra servers as you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions here?
Alex, so I assume the billing is handled through the reseller only at this point in time?
Of course. This will be available through, this is an extension. So when we have the extension flow, this will be one of the extensions. So the billing is in control of resellers. But is it possible to get a pricing metrics like this to help us better work out the charges there would be for clients? Yeah, so probably I should give you like can I give you a screenshot, or do you want me to create like a document that I can send over, or how do you want that? Yeah. Okay. Probably gonna let me write it down. So regarding the for existing Treepl resellers, how you can use it is if you have an existing client that wants to run an ad, this is something you can offer him out of the box. and you can have very quick setup. If you just go on the open market, it's going to take you a lot of time. Also, let me go back to. So CMS plan is not included into cost. So billing wise, dedicated servers is an extension to an existing Treepl site. So this is like a separate thing, and we update the website on a regular basis the same way as every other website. So you would have your version and the date as any other website. Do we have more? Yeah. Yes, and can you migrate existing site to dedicated service that is currently not on Treepl? Yes, this is something we're looking for. So if there's a client who pays, I would say that for Treepl resellers, the ideal client would be the client who pays super premium fees, a lot of money, having no control and performance issues and so on. This would be our ideal client. You just give us the link to the website. You just give us the details. We quote the migration, the implementation, everything, and the setup and the future bills. We give it to you. You add your markup, and we take it from there. It seems like for a lot of you, it's going to be like a completely different level of clients that you never pursued, which is a good thing. Let me see if there are any other questions. All current Treepl AWS locations. 6 data centers. It's somewhere here. Yes. US West, US East, Oregon, Virginia. They don't tell us where the Canadian is. Australia, I think it's Sydney. Frankfurt, strictly based on Tim's request, and the UK, London.
I may be wrong, but I think I don't know where I saw this, but I think the Canadian one's in Montreal. I think it's
I
in
hope
Montreal.
it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that somewhere. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's in Montreal. Yeah.
Any thoughts about a dedicated server for a partner for their own websites? Well, why would you need that, Steve? Technically.
Just to reduce the amount of sharing. So obviously, if all my sites are on the UK data server, I'm sharing it with all the other sites on the UK data server.
You mean all of your sites to one dedicated server, like having your own data center, right? That's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Well, for some, it's a custom request, and you can request it. But that's possible. Technically, it's possible to have a group of your sites or all of your sites hosted separately. If you have a big client, and he has multiple sites, their IT department would definitely appreciate that. If they have a separate remote database server, if they have a separate server with dedicated IP that they can change at certain time, and we can also do that. And if Alexa can give more benefits to this, but the IT departments would definitely see that beneficial and ready to pay for those kind of things. This is more enterprise level stuff. And again, we didn't see any other software as a service platform offer that kind of enterprise level stuff.
Is there any limitation on who has access to this? Do we need to be an agency level partner? Can we be a regular partner?
For what? For having all
to
of your
take advantage of, I guess, to take advantage of this. Let's say I have a client that I could sell on this dedicated server, or they request it from me, and I'm a Treepl partner, but I'm not a agency partner. I'm just a Treepl partner. I guess my question is this available to, doesn't matter if I'm a Treepl partner, is this available to me too, or just
Uh,
agency partners?
That's a good question. Let me double check that as well if we have any features restricting
Okay.
in the admin in the portal from this. We definitely need to be at least a partner because
I want to know if I have to bill my client an extra $3,000 to go to the the agency partner to be able to take
I'm
advantage from
pretty
this for the
sure
first
like
time.
80% is going to be a partner and partner agency,
Okay.
an agency partner, but I will already write it down. Also, there are backups included in this. I think we have it mentioned. So the backups are also in like server backups. You can still have the extension of your backup extension. You use that through the admin, but there are server backups, daily server backups also included into this. Again, that's a thing for IT department. That's what they would require. Okay, guys, any other questions? No? Possibly I'm going to see witness another partner, Treeple partner soon. So I'm having this trip to Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, Florida this next month. And I'm going to stop by at least near one of the partners and already been invited to spend some time. So John won't be the only one who I witnessed. Won't feel as exclusive. Oh yeah, and I possibly may meet Ryan. Yeah, totally. Let's sync up in the email. And my kid is allergic to dog, one of them. So I'm not sure I can take. You can take your dogs with you, but yeah. And I can leave my kids at home as well. So. Okay, guys. Any other? Oh, you're 3 hours away from Akron. That's great. You can come here. I have a big house, and I stay in right now. Any other questions, guys? Who made it exactly an hour? Wow. Well, thank you all, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks so much for that, Alex. Looks like the team's put so much work into that. Looks great. Hopefully some people can take advantage of that. Just a reminder, everyone, I was going to mention this too, but Alex mentioned it at the start of the meeting, just to check your votes, check your backlog votes.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, looking at the next sprint, that's, as Alex said, it's heavily based on the votes, so your votes do matter. So make sure you keep those up to date and make sure you're voting on the items you want. Does anyone else have any questions for Alex or anything in general?
We're gonna do the email blast. You can already request it, like based on what you're seeing here. We're gonna do an email blast in April. It's still beta. We've fixed it. There was a little bug that I hope you didn't notice, but maybe you did. In the EUI, just minor stuff. So we're gonna. It's been working for. It's been operating since on a live website before going through all these testings since 22nd. So we want to give it at least a week before we're gonna launch it. But you can already request that. If you have any questions, let us know. And yeah, we're ready to start working on that.
Alex, I just might add, what would really help is user cases. If people have experiences with that server, maybe, I don't know if there's a way you could gather or share some of that information. Because I think there's so many unknowns.
We have 2 clients that use this already. Tickets would be another one. Tickets to buy events. So when there are events, festivals. Oh, we have 3 clients. So if festivals, they have, if they run for a week or 2 weeks, they just consume resources like crazy. So that is a very good example. So you basically buy it like for a month, and you run extra server, 2 extra servers for a month during the festival, and the rest of the year you just run it on a base server. We can even make it like switch it to shared hosting, because in most cases usually the performers would be the ones who would visit the website during non-festival hours. So the people would visit the site when they start selling tickets. That is another one. What will be other?
Even to know
At this site, I'm give you another case. The startups, the companies that can get sold, like to major. For example, there's a company with a lot of investment, and they are about to be sold, so their stocks would go up, and they would get huge recognition in the news. And when we saw the case when they make an announcement that we're sold to Apple, for example, or Google, it's major news, and it appears in all the New York Times and everywhere. So, and the owners know that news, so they would be the ones who would request it from the reseller that put it, make the website, give it more resources on a specific date when we're going to announce that we're being acquired by Elon Musk himself. So that would be
and would Treepl, for example, with some of that case study experience you've had, be able to recommend, let's say I have an event and there's 100,000 people that I think are going to hit the site in a day. Would Treepl, enough to then recommend the size of the server and that we might need for that? Because we would have no idea.
That's a good question, and nobody can give you that number that they can commit to. We can give you the tools. Like, for example, with this client, they would also, like that we have right now, during Black Friday and Christmas, they would order configuration that are high, so they don't, with the margin, with a high margin, so they don't lose sales. And that's how they did it. We would do 2 things. So you send us the site, and you send us the request with the numbers that you expect, or the client expects. First thing we would do, we would take a look at the website, because that's a big thing, and that's a big part. If you have a whole bunch of modules on the homepage, we would suggest, let's make this static, for example, and let's optimize the website. And from our experience, literally, we can make it up to 80% less resource consumable, based just from the optimization. And then we would give you the tools that you can use to create load tests, and based on that, you can make a projection on how much resources you need. That's a good question. So, yeah, and again, for this kind of clients, like this is, from what we've seen, these clients are very willing to pay, and it's an easy sale if you have an out of the box solution. So far, we weren't able to find an out of the box simple solution.
Yep. Thanks.
Yep. You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, guys, I gotta go. And thank you very much. It was nice seeing you all, and we'll see you soon. And thank you for choosing Treepl. Yeah, I forgot to say that.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, bye.
Talk to you later. Bye. All right, guys. So how many people might be using that service? Do you have clients that might be in need of that service? No, I certainly don't, but certainly looks promising.
Definitely opens up the ability to pitch the higher value clients, which is good. So
yeah, for sure. And on a similar note to that, with the last release was the start of the Open API. Has anyone dabbled in that yet? Explored the Open API? It's a bit out of my league at the moment, but
I think that's actually something we could do another Treehouse meeting about, how to use the API and what use cases there are for that.
yeah,
I was thinking the other day that actually the fact that the e-commerce orders are opened up first for API is actually quite good, because I'm not sure if that works, but I was thinking about payment and using this for like using payment methods which are not supported with Treepl yet. So you would basically design a checkout process and then redirect to an external PHP page on a different server and run a different payment solution on there, and then update the order on the Treepl side using that API. So that was something I was thinking about, but not quite sure if that would work.
Yeah, sure, I don't see why not. Once all the APIs are there.
The only thing I'm not so sure about is the scope of the order data we have access to via API. I was checking that out, and it's kind of a limited scope. Maybe they update that with the next release. I hope, because there's like I can update the order status. I think the payment status, like from paid, unpaid to paid, but I can't update the payment method and the paid amount, for instance. And that would still be something I would need, right, to update in the order via API to make it complete.
Mm.
We had a recent situation with API requirement, and Treeple we set up a custom project for them to build out that API. That happened literally the day that Russia invaded, so we couldn't proceed with the custom build. But it was an urgent requirement. It was a company that sell rack test kits for COVID, and sales just that would have been an interesting use case for the enterprise server, because it was the traffic just went absolutely crazy. They sold, I think it was around $1 million worth of product in a week. So anyway, what we ended up doing, so this would have worked fine. I think the new API was the order API, but it was a little bit prior to that. So we ended up doing a build through Zapier by taking data using email and taking that data into Zapier and then using Zapier to push it through to the ERP system that we need to go to. So that works. But now that we've got the order API opened up, I'm going to try at some stage in the next couple of weeks to try and update the site so we can use that new API connection and see how it goes. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, so I assume at the moment there's limited APIs open, so you can't access all the sort of e-commerce parts. So yeah, but it's on its way. So, guys, did anyone else have any topics they wanted to bring up at all? I will have to get going in a little while as well, so I'm happy to stay around for a little bit longer. But if no one has anything to discuss, we'll get back to work or sleep.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, another good time for another one. Yeah, it's empty. Yeah.
Gil, it's still early. It's still early at your place.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here.
Yeah, right, exactly. I'm like rather hit my glass of milk for sleeping.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh man.
It was good to hear. I wanted to say this earlier on. I'm like I think as everybody else, I was kind of speechless on how the team performed under these circumstances. And like when Alex said they only lost 3 days, I mean, like crazy. And I also understand he mentioned like support tickets. I think at least it's the case for me. I was kind of hesitant of posting support tickets. I thought they really have better things to do, like only the most urgent things I would like create a support ticket. But now I get it. They have so much surplus in time because they really like to focus on work that they probably noticed that there are less support tickets. So that's why Alex might have mentioned that we should not hesitate to do that because they really are there and working and like capable and full on 110%, right? Or 150%. It's amazing. I'm really still flabbergasted. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I just couldn't imagine working under those conditions. And I mean, in fact, I was watching the news so much that it was affecting my work. So, I mean, we were probably less effective and working less than the team were. So,
yeah, true.
It's incredible. All right, guys. Well, I call it a day. Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Sounds good. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Adam.
Guys, catch you later.
Thanks, Adam.
Have a good day to the Australians. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Night, night.